headed down Highway 93 through Nevada. But we first have to go through Pioche and then Ely to get there. This is one of the first settlements and mining districts in Nevada, and now a ghost town. Come along with us and join the adventure. Welcome everyone to Weekend Escapades. Today we are in Mineral City, Nevada. This is a ghost town and a mining district. In 1867, Native Americans showed local prospectors a piece of rock that had, well, a shiny substance that happened to be silver, and then this town became very popular. Let's explore. Now by 1869, there was a furnace and a stamp mill here. And this town became very popular. Again, you can see there's a tremendous amount of now overgrown area. But right up here, you'll see that there are a lot of old mining cabins to explore on up the hill. There's still a tremendous amount of metal from this mining district. And we're gonna see if we can get close to these buildings. They are very overgrown, but it looks extremely exciting to explore these. A lot of stone and tin for sure. Weaving our way through the sagebrush. That's some big metal hinges on that door to protect it. And look at this. Well, that had a deep floor to it for sure. Became a major junk pile. You can see the brick they made it out of, and they plastered over the top. And tin construction. This one, the roof's fallen in, but you can see the railroad tie walls. The giant nails it was put together with. This was kind of the outbuilding from the brick one. Wow, a lot of tin. Now in 1870, due to the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad, there was about 400 people that lived in Mineral City, and the post office opened around August 9th. And the town had a mercantile, stores, 6 saloons, a hotel, 4 boarding houses, restaurants, a livery stable, and an express office. So by 1872, the population here reached 600 people. And you can see these amazing buildings. So a lot of mining towns, you see the buildings, they must have had a lot of brick up in this area, because those are definitely brick walls still standing. A lot of them are still down, but these are in pretty good shape. Let's see if we can get closer to this one. Hey, it always happens in every one of the videos. There's the old bed frame that always finds its way outside of the cabin. You can see how overgrown this is. Tumbleweeds and a lot of things in the way. Going through here, getting a little closer. This one definitely caught on fire. I think we can go right in the door here. Watching our step. Gosh, you never know when you're gonna have a nail or something. Here we are, but right inside. Boy, it smells like fire and sagebrush in here. Just a little bit of tin, but most everything that was in here burnt. A few little paintings on the wall, but no graffiti. This is the side of that one. You can see, hey, another old spring mattress frame. It is the darndest thing. Every ghost town has these bed frames. It's kind of like a staple. Every time we go there, we always look for them and find them. But that one's just like sticking right up like a sign. So up here you can see there's kind of a washed road that goes up to the hills there. I don't know if this road existed back in the 1800s. Maybe it did. But these cabins definitely did. So Down below us, there's kind of the newer addition where the schoolhouse is, and I can't wait to show you that. But these are what's left of the cabins. You can see some are built out of railroad ties and tin to seal them up. And some were built out of the brick. This one's in fairly good shape for railroad ties and all the rough cut timber that's in it. And I think I can get right in there to the door. See what's inside. All right, here we are. Oh yeah, there's an old table in there and some stovepipe and chimney. Another bed mattress, still has some of the foam on it. See the construction of it. Got a lot of dirt pushed up alongside, so they kind of dug in and built these kind of into the ground. You can see they're kind of sunken. And then threw dirt up alongside them, probably for insulation or whatever. Imagine it would keep them a little bit warmer and cooler, summer and winter. Woo! Tripped on some debris there. This one actually has dirt on the roof. This was all, you can see all the rock is smooth through here. And there's a couple of pieces for that building. And you can see it was kind of like right after this building they had it leveled out. I'm sure there was other buildings here and things they kept on this level spot. The road is right down there, or the highway I should say. And the schoolhouse is right out by the highways. You can see in the distance. We're going to go take a look at that. And some other buildings down here. Those are a little bit newer, and right up here is where the miners' cabins were. You can see all around me. And there's a few of them still standing. And there's one way off in the distance that direction as well. We'll see if we can get to that. So I want to show you right here from the mining district, but if you look on the hillside across the road here, from this side where this ghost town is, look at the hillside, how it's leveled. Look at all of the debris that they're moving because this is still active. Look at the hillsides and what they've done. The mining on all of that over there is just layer after layer, or where the trucks are dumping the material over the side, and it just makes these perfect lines, and you can see almost where they're dumping it over the top. That whole hillside has just been eaten away and mined all the way to the far peak, all the way over there. Crazy how much earth they've moved. So again, this mining camp is right outside of Ely. There's multiples that are here in Ely. And right up here is another miner's cabin. I'm going to attempt to get up that hill as it is overgrown quite a ways. That's a pretty big building up there. There's a spot right there I'm going to head up. One thing I'd like to say is we love doing these mining, areas. We travel a lot to come out here and do it. And we absolutely appreciate you watching. We couldn't do it without you. You can join on the channel. I think it's $2.99 a month is what we've got on there. And you get some extra photos and you get recognized for being a member of our channel when you post and do things. And it sure helps us out. I never like asking, I really never have. But we want to travel more and more, and that helps us do that and keep this channel strong. If you love the content, the channel's growing all the time. We're so excited about it. And we would just love to do more of this and keep exploring. There's an old door frame right there. Or what are these? These are some kind of boxes. One there, one there, and another one over here. This must be part of the mining operation. It's kind of sandy material on the ground. Let's keep moving forward. Yeah, that's got to be part of the mining operation. Let me know if you know what those boxes would be for. You can see the mining operation here of some sort, or maybe it was just a building, and maybe those were water troughs or something, but they were made of wood. We'll get around that one too and see inside. I mean, here's those troughs. See, right from this building. Right here, 3 of them. God, they almost look like caskets. Some sort. There's a few of them across here. Looks like there's 3 for sure, if not 4. This might have been the stamp mill, yeah. Lisa was just saying the stamp mill might have been on this hill right here. This might have been where it was. I don't see any big pieces of wood or heavy metal that indicates a stamp mill. They might have moved it. You can see here, this is kind of cut out of the hillside. And then this was kind of 2 or 3 rooms with a window with those boxes in front. Again, if you know, let me know. Now this is a huge hole in the ground. I'll get a little closer to it, but I don't want to be clumsy and fall in. See the big timbers there, but maybe that was a hole that they mined in. But right next to it, another old bed spring mattress frame. Classic ghost town. We'll get a little closer over here. Yeah, that might have been an area where they mined. That's a pretty deep hole with some giant timbers in it. Now this is that area right here that looks like it might have been the front of the stamp mill. Again, from a different angle. I'm gonna go right through here. There's those boxes again. I'm wondering what those are. For sure. It's really, when you see things you haven't seen before, it's kind of puzzling. You just want to keep looking at them and try to figure it out, but in my case, I don't think I'm going to figure out what they are. Unless somebody tells me. All right, so we're going to head on over to the schoolhouse and see if we can get close to that. It's pretty overgrown as well. But right here on the ground, you can see these areas have pieces of old cars and things laying around. It's always nice to look through these junk piles, see what you can find. There's always an old tire, again, and an old bed frame. Probably tired of hearing about that, but fascinating just the same. And there's always no shortage of tin cans, because that's what they ate out of. Well, this one down here is completely overgrown. All that of railroad ties. I'd get a little closer, but those are waist high. It's got a very clean floor in it. There's nothing in there, just a smooth dirt floor. It looks like it was a garage of some sort with a big door there. And on the back you can see it's got the old chimney pipe. Somebody's put some wood there to keep it from falling down or try to prop it. That doesn't look like that's going to work much longer. Now there's another building that's half down over here. I'm going to get in as close as I can. Sagebrush. Boy, that stuff makes you itchy. There we go. Closer. This was kind of a, there's a lot of wood there. This is kind of a big building, or you know, more heavy built than the other ones, but mostly like 1x10s or something. All this old lumber. None of it was cut straight. And I'll tell you, it held up pretty good, didn't it? Probably reuse it all and make something out of it. Old stovepipes. All the stovepipes are different. In every little ghost town you see, depending on what year they were built, the stovepipes were different. I think this is a little bit later period, more towards 1900. But the tin never changes. The front door is still on it, but it's not opening anymore. Now there's the old schoolhouse. You can see where the bell would be at the top. It's no longer there.
Now, I couldn't find a date as to when this schoolhouse was built, but they only had grade school here. And with no public transportation, the children had to ride the train from here all the way to Ely to go to high school. And that's a few miles down the road, and then they would ride the train back home in the afternoon. Now, I've never heard a story about children riding a train to and from school, but I've only heard the one about children walking miles and miles to and from school, uphill, both ways in the snow.
All right, so there's another road that's headed up here. Now, there's an older building and a newer construction. We're going to see how close we can get there. I've got to make another pass at the schoolhouse because where I was at, I could not get through the bushes to get in there. It was literally waist high in bushes going in there, no trail at all. So this one looks like it had to drive. As you can see, it's a newer home, but there's an older one right back here. Let's head back there. All right, so an old building, probably the early 1900s, but satellite dish? That makes me think this place was still lived in up until around the 70s or so at least. There's a couple old vehicles back here, blown out. A lot of tin. You can see the gable fell off of that right there. Fell flat down there, still built.
So as we were beginning to explore those buildings, we found a school bus up there on top of the hill and a few other structures. We were headed up that direction, but as we were exploring, we came upon what we thought was an abandoned vehicle right over there, and it was not. So that was suspicious with the door open and something covering the windows, so we decided to end it right there, as that seemed a little sketchy. We hope you enjoyed this adventure to Mineral City, or Lane City, as it was named in the end. And until our next adventure, goodbye from Weekend Escapades. Oh, and by the way, we're going to explore this train that comes up this canyon in the next video. So we'll see you in the next one.